This next comment's all the way down here from the great city of Los Angeles. Get it up, Ray Easter!
Thank you, San Diego. How's it going? Good. Look at you guys. It's very nice. Very diverse group of white people in here. This is good. Wow. Good for you guys for making it out. That's good. All right. I am originally from Washington, D.C. Nothing on that? All right. Let's fuck D.C. then. I went back home to visit some family. I also have family in Southern Virginia, so I have to go back visit them as well. I'm going to be honest with you guys, it feels pretty good to not be there right now. Southern Virginia, it's a weird place. I would describe it as oddly racist. I was hanging out in one of the comedy clubs out there, and some random dude comes up to me. I don't know if he's a comedian or what. And he goes, "Hey, do you have a white parent?" Which I feel is like an odd way to start off a conversation. He's like, "No, both of my parents are black, and they just happen to be light-skinned, so just came out looking like this." Sorry to disappoint, I guess. I don't know. He's like, no, man, that's cool. No, for a second there, I thought you were one of those Milanos. Cool, all right, a couple people caught that. So I believe the term he was looking for was mulatto, which is a racial slur for somebody who's half black and half white. Or he just thought I was a cookie. I don't know. Shouldn't blame that guy. You know? When I was growing up in high school, like a lot of the white kids would call me an Oreo, so I just grew up assuming all white people just see black people as different brands. To be honest with you, they kind of got me doing it too. It's like every time I see like an old black dude, I'm like, oh, look, there's a famous Amos right here. Same face on the bag and everything. But I get it though. A lot of people think I'm mixed. I was having this conversation at the airport with this older white lady. Red flag number one. We were, having this conversation, and we were talking about, the neighborhoods in LA. And I mentioned that I live in this neighborhood called Koreatown. And she goes, "Oh, Koreatown. Wow, are you half Korean?" He's like, "I don't know where you came up with that conclusion, but no, if that answers the question." She goes, "Oh, it's Koreatown, Just assuming the people that live there, it might be Korean." So it's funny you brought that up. I actually couldn't find a place in Niggertown that was quite my price range. And she was like, "Oh, you mean Compton? Wow." That is what I meant, but I don't like how you came up with that. No, that is one of my favorite joys though. It's like when I see it's usually like an older white person and they say something that's like kind of offensive and they don't realize that they're saying it. Oh, that's the best. Because I did that joke one time, and it was this older white gentleman. He comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, I really like that one joke you do. The one about you living in Chinatown." Living in Chinatown? I go, "No, it's Koreatown actually." And he's like, "Ah." I mean, all those towns look alike to me. You know what I mean? They shouldn't. Those are two totally different places. But yeah, that's me, man. Black dude. That's it. I get all the perks of being a black man in America. It's cool. I get to say the N-word whenever I want to. It's pretty dope. That's about it, really. I know. I like using the N-word though, especially to make white people uncomfortable. It's yeah, it's right under white people saying offensive stuff. It's right there. I used the N-word recently to win a game of Scrabble. Didn't know you could do that, did you? It was perfect. It was right on the board. Had that opportunity. There was an N-I, 2 spaces, then an ER. And I had just drawn 2 G's. I was like, oh, I know where these are going. And I was playing against a white guy too, so I don't think I've ever seen anybody sweat so much my entire life. He was freaking out looking at the board. He's like, what, man, you can't use that word. I'm like, no, you can't use that word. We'll probably read that rule book again. That's all right. I drive Uber. It's okay. This is the first. No one's ever clapped for Uber drivers. I wish my passengers would do that, but all fucking assholes, all of them. I don't know. I drive at night too, so you can just imagine the fucking weirdos I pick up. So this is definitely the only job where I've ever had to just ask another grown man, hey man, you mind putting your dick back in your pants, please? It's happened twice. I don't know if it's like a vibe I'm giving out or not necessarily the tip I was looking for. Didn't stop him from showing it. I picked up this one dude not too long ago. He gets in my car and he goes, hey man, I know this is a weird question, but is it cool if I drive? Nah, man, but if you want to sit in my lap and steer the wheel, I guess, I don't know. I told him no, obviously. I'm not going to let him just drive my car. So he gets in my car and I take him to his destination, like how Uber is supposed to work, if you didn't know. Come to find out, he gives me a 1 star. It's like, dude, I said you could sit in my lap. I don't know, that's at least 4. I gave him a 1 star too. I fight fire with fire. And I like doing that. I like giving people low ratings. I judge people on a day-to-day basis anyway, so at least this counts for something. But you know, a low rating does not bother me much at all. So honestly, it says way more about a passenger's character than it does mine. It says a driver, if I have a low rating, probably means I suck as a driver. But as a passenger, if you have a low rating, it probably means you suck as a person. So it shouldn't be that difficult to just fucking sit there. And not be a piece of shit. For 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I'm a huge fan of hip hop. Anybody else in here? Okay, San Diego, more than I thought there would be. Huge hip hop fan, but I've noticed I don't typically listen to other genres that much, and I've noticed a lot of things. The biggest thing about doing that is hip hop that definitely fucked up my vocabulary forever. Because I typically understand slang terms that rappers talk about. However, it has taken me the longest time to realize that ludicrous is actually a word. I just found that out. Found it out during the elections. A friend of mine comes up to me, he goes, man, these elections, man, it's quite ludicrous, aren't they? I was like, yeah. Yeah, I think they're pretty Ja Rule myself. What are we talking about right now? What in the DMX are we talking about? All right, guys, thank you so much. That's my time.